Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
And thank you for being with us on this Friday as we head into the weekend. So much going on as usual. Jeez, every day.
Every day.
Just jam-packed with stuff. And you just have to decide, all right, what are we going to... What can we squeeze in? What 15 minutes of entertainment can we jam into these 2 hours?
Whole 15?
Well, okay, 14:45. I mean, let's not set the standard so high that it's just completely out of reach. We don't want to do that. But Joe came out again from his hole.
Slumber.
Saw his shadow. And again, another 6 weeks of his presidency. Darn it. Dang. If only he wouldn't see that damn shadow of his.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating.
Just stay in your hole. Leave us alone.
Tony Joe, get back in there.
So he made, I think, is this the first public appearance since he dropped out? First big event?
Well,
I mean, he's done interviews a few times, but I don't know that he's done a rally.
No, he has not done a rally, I don't think.
So he was with Kamala yesterday, and interestingly, they had the crowd cheering like crazy for him.
Right?
It's wonderful to see him back. Oh gosh!
So you want to skip ahead?
Yeah, let's just start with the chants there as he
clip 5. Okay,
as he was greeted. Apparently, there's. Thank you, Joe.
Our extraordinary President Joe Biden.
He's been extraordinarily bad. You're right about that. Thank you, Joe. For what? Thank you, Joe.
Out of the race
for a 30% increase in food, gas, energy bills, for squashing freedom of speech, for lying to us about everything.
Getting us into wars.
Yeah, and botching the Afghanistan withdrawal so badly that 13 of our troops were murdered and $80 billion worth of American equipment was left for the Taliban, which they now parade in front of the world. Thank you, Joe, for the millions and millions of deaths of babies on your watch. Thank you, Joe, for botching border security so badly that we're in continual danger of economic collapse and terrorist attack. Yeah, thanks for nothing, Joe. What a terrible president. Again, he is the mainstay of the Mount Rushmore of suck for presidents of the United States. He's the centerpiece.
He's the centerpiece. Yeah, he is.
Come on.
That might be some recency bias, but he is the centerpiece.
No,
we're just
it's not recency bias. No. I refuse to give any quarter to that. He's the worst president. I don't care, irregardless, which I love, irregardless of what, how recently he was in office. There's nobody worse. There's just nobody worse. We talked about that again yesterday on Glenn's show, and gave our answers to who would be the people on the, and we did this, 3 weeks ago or something?
Oh,
Mount Rushmore suck in here. So, I mean, the fourth or fifth, we had to add a fifth because I just couldn't decide. But that's a tough one. And when it comes down to, all right, we're just going to squeeze 4 into that. Too much work to do the fifth.
Right.
Yeah, it's a struggle then.
It's a way to freshen it up, the art.
Right. But number one's not hard.
Yeah, Joe Biden, 100%. Yeah, and if you recall, I did in April the bracket, and so the audience determined the final 4 at that time.
Oh yeah,
that's right.
Which was the final was actually Joe Biden defeating Barack Obama, but the other 2 finalists were Woodrow Wilson and LBJ.
Yeah, that's where it should be. They did the right thing there. How much did Biden? Do you remember?
67 to 33
over Obama.
Yeah.
Wow. That's an impressive victory there.
Racist bunch of pollsters, I'll tell you that.
Wait. Okay, wait, hold on.
Yeah, he was such a genius president. There's no other reason to not like him.
Thank you.
No other reason. So anyway, he made the public appearance, took a few questions as he headed out to Marine One.
Mm-hmm.
How much does it bother you that Vice President Harris might soon, for political reasons, start to distance herself from your economic?
She's not going to.
You don't think
She already has. What do you mean she's not going to? She already did.
And she keeps telling us how she's going to make things better on day one. That's because the last 4 years she's obviously admitting have sucked.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, they have it both ways. It's been great. He's great, but
I'm going to make it
I'm
better.
going to fix it because it's really bad right now.
I know.
So bizarre. It wasn't long before he got frustrated with reporters.
When will the Vice President hold a news conference? When will the Vice President hold a news conference? You have to ask her. And also certain sedans. Sir, sedan. Do you have any regrets? Sir? Do you have any regrets? Talking to you guys. Sir, Joe Donnelly, the U.S. Ambassador.
Any regrets? Talking to you guys.
The U.S. Ambassador to the Holy See.
Close your mouth.
Are you going to name a new ambassador, sir, to the Holy See? Are you interested?
There's an important question. Pause it for a second.
Oh, no.
Are you going to name an ambassador to the Holy See? I think that's the question that's been on all our minds.
man.
Finally, somebody asked it.
That's a deep dive question
And his
right
response
there.
was, "Are you interested?" So I don't know what's worse, the question or the answer.
Let's see.
That's awesome.
Then we can judge.
Well, he just told us. I got to check with my mom.
Wow.
All right, so a little difficult to hear there, but the president was
we heard
asked
enough.
about Harris reportedly trying to distance herself from some of his policies. He said she's not going to. The president, joined there by Martin Sheen, who played a president in the West Wing. Also, you saw
Martin
saw on
Sheen
your
was a
left-hand side
fake
of the
president,
screen.
did a better job than Joe Biden did.
That's for sure. Jeez.
This Martin.
What was he doing there? I don't even know.
Yeah.
What were they doing?
I have no idea. Remembering 50 years of the West Wing or something?
50? No, I don't.
I don't think so.
Quite so much.
I don't think so.
All right, you're going to make me Google this?
Martin
I
Sheen.
bet there's 30. It's been 30 years since the West Wing, right?
No. It's been about 20. About 20. Yeah, it's early 2000s was the West Wing, right? I mean, it ended in, I don't know, 04, 05, 06. I stopped watching it when it got way too liberal to even be able to stomach, but do you have any dates on that yet? No?
He's for an event Saturday for the release of Melissa Fitzgerald and Mary McCormick's new book, What's Next? A backstage pass to the West Wing, its cast and crew, and its enduring legacy of service. I'm sorry, that's too long of a title. So a new book's coming out, and that's why he's in D.C. Wow, that's...
Okay.
All right. Good stuff. Can't wait for that. Did you get that book?
No, I'm trying to find out when the West Wing ran.
Span was, yeah.
Final episode was May 14th, 2006.
Oh, wow.
1999.
Yeah, so it hasn't even been 20 years yet since it ended.
Right.
Anyway.
Right.
But he also responded to Donald Trump's recent comments.
Mr. Trump says he wants to make America affordable again. Your response? So you ought to get a job.
That's what he's trying to do.
Exactly what he's trying to do. He ought to get a job. This guy.
He's so charming. People love him. People love him.
Do they?
Yeah, wherever he goes.
81 million.
I mean,
most votes ever by anybody.
Yeah.
I know the crowd was saying it, but thank you, Joe.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks again for everything. It was so good. So good. And he showed up at that campaign rally. We obviously showed you that. And she introduced Father Time to the crowd.
I think Kamala was on a few milligrams of something.
You think so?
Yes.
So here. So we did this. I don't think he knows. Look at his face. Oh, that's me. Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know who you were talking about.
I recognize the name.
He's going to speak in a minute.
Okay, all right.
But there's a lot of love in this room for our president.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my.
Could you be more fake?
No.
Could you be more fake?
No.
You might be right.
I don't know if she's drunk, if she's high. There's some milligrams happening.
She's high on life, Jeff. She's high on life.
Is that it?
Yeah. Yes, that's it exactly.
How could you not be excited standing there next to a cadaver?
Yeah, right.
So that's probably what it was.
The brain dead president.
That was
the cadaver in chief. You're with him right now. This is Weekend at Bernie's stuff. This is fun.
You got to keep using that, by the way.
Punxsutawney
Joe.
That's the one that started it with the shadows.
Yeah.
6 more weeks.
It works.
Great.
It works.
That's a nice tie-in.
That is.
I like it. So then, they get the chance of "We love you, Joe" and all that nonsense. But Biden was barely coherent.
Oh, my gosh. So bad.
Americans don't like being played for suckers. We believe we should be patient.
What?
There should be reasonable profits, not unreasonable profits. Look, let me...
Wait, what? What?
Oh, I've missed it.
Yeah.
Haven't you missed it?
Yeah, exactly.
Americans don't like being played for suckers. We believe we should be patient.
Patient.
There should be reasonable profits, not unreasonable profits. Look, let me...
Look, I don't know what I'm saying. Look, anyway.
He was moving too fast. Suckers.
Uh-huh.
They need to be patient.
Fast.
Yeah.
But they need to not unreasonable profits.
And again, who's going to decide what's reasonable and what isn't?
Joe,
obviously, Joe and Kamala and the administration will decide.
Absolutely.
Holy crap.
You don't want that. Geez, there was even an article, an opinion piece in the Washington Post. I'm just looking for the headline because it was really caught my attention. It's the Washington Post.
Far left paper. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When your opponent calls you communist, maybe don't propose price controls.
Yep. I saw that too. Isn't that something?
Yeah. Good safety tip there from the Washington Post.
Yeah, we got some highlights from her economic plan that she's going to unveil today. We already have a few. I don't know if we're going to get to it now, but boy, she is definitely going far left.
Mm-hmm.
Shocking.
She sure is.
Even the Washington Post called
Kamala Harris?
Yeah, I know. It's hard to believe.
I know. She's so centrist.
Man, so moderate.
I love in this room with Joe Biden right now.
My president.
She is so terrible.
Uh-huh.
Just bad.
I love all those stories, too, about how pissed Biden still is. I mean, he's got that lingering anger
He'll have that
for
forever now.
Pelosi, Schumer, and Obama because they all betrayed him. They went behind his back and forced him out, and I don't know if he's ever going to forgive him for it. But he certainly hasn't yet.
No way, because every time he starts wandering off, thinking that forgetting about it, Jill is right there to kneel.
Yeah, no kidding. They stabbed you in the back.
Yep.
Yeah. She probably didn't want him to go and campaign yesterday with her.
Oh, probably not.
I bet. I mean, she's nowhere to be found.
It's just that
I know school has started, and teacher Dr. Jill is probably teaching.
She can feign loyalty to him, though. She can appear as though, hey, I'm the only one that never turned on you.
You're darn right.
Remember, I'm the one who said you're strong as can be, and you're as agile as ever, and your mind is sharp, and we can't even keep up with you. That's always been her line of
it sure has
discussion. But everybody else was like, whatever he decides, he already decided. Yeah, like I said, whatever he decides, we're going to go with that. Yeah, he did. He already said he's staying. Yeah, it's up to him. It's up to him, whatever. When he gets around to making that decision, when he makes the one I'm telling him to make,
right?
That's when we'll be happy.
You can make the case that if he'd have just hung on for a little bit longer and told them to take a hike, he might have been okay still.
Except for the fact that there was the hard way coming at him. We can do it the easy way, or we can do it the hard way.
Yeah, that's true.
And what was coming was, I think, the 25th Amendment.
They were going to kick him out.
That would have embarrassed the crap out of him.
Their own Project 25.
Yeah, right.
That's exactly what that is.
Sure is. And there was more incoherence from Joe, surprisingly.
Led by Senator Frank Church. Let Medicare negotiate the cost of drugs.
Woo. Home run.
Whoa!
Home run, Joe.
We're going to let Medicaid negotiate. So we're going to let Medicaid negotiate across the drugs.
Legislation led by Senator Frank Church.
Okay.
Let Medicare negotiate the cost of drugs.
Good job.
Wow. Okay, so the cost, not across.
Now this is the same.
That's bad.
This is the same speech. I
That's
mean,
bad.
he's
Same speech,
way
yeah.
out there, man.
Oh my gosh!
Holy cow!
Can you imagine him winning this and going for another 4 years?
And here's the thing, Pat.
Jeez.
I don't know if you realize this or not, but he's still president.
Yeah, I've heard. I've heard that. Shocking and frightening, and
wow,
so ridiculous for the most powerful nation on earth to just go ahead and leave this guy in office. Yeah, he's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Play that one more time just to let it soak in to who the president of the United States is.
Legislation led by Senator Frank Church to let Medicare negotiate the cost of drugs.
That's all, folks.
Wow. Wow, well, that's a lifelong stuttering problem. Just like Porky Pig.
Is.
Yeah, just like Porky Pig. And he's overcome it mostly, but he still deals with it from time to time.
It's been a struggle.
When he dealt with it was during the debate with Donald Trump. That's when it really hit him.
Wow.
And just right there.
Donald kept yelling and screaming during the debate.
If he would have shut his mouth, and if he didn't have jet lag, and if he wasn't sick.
That's it.
And if the sun wasn't in his eyes, he could have done a lot better. Mm-hmm. He'd still be running for president.
But we know they had him up on that ledge, so it was kind of blinding.
Yeah, it was.
Up there so high.
Yeah, and the wind kept blowing words around on the teleprompter. It's not his fault.
It is.
One bad night, leave him alone. Well, and then this. Okay, so 2 times where it hasn't been
I don't know that
stellar.
he considers this a bad night.
Oh, I'm sure not. No. Somebody on, I think it was it CNN or MSNBC, one of their political analysts was like, now I'm not saying that the speech was a complete disaster, but it really shows you why he's not the candidate anymore. Kind of makes you relieved that he's not the candidate anymore. Yeah.
Was that a CNN host or guest?
It was a political analyst.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
yes.
So great. So great.
Wow.
I mean, there's just no denying it. There hasn't been for 4 years, but I mean, they've tried to deny it, even though it's right in front of our faces. But now that it's so much in the spotlight, they just have to admit it now. But he brought up Project 2025.
All right.
And tried to connect Donald Trump to that.
Of course.
Let me tell you what our Project 2025 is.
Killing more babies.
Beat the hell out of them.
Oh, wait, violent rhetoric alert.
I mean it.
He's so tough. He's
always Mr. Tough Guy, but if Donald Trump said beat the hell out of him.
Oh, gosh.
Are you kidding me? Well, they're still using that. It's going to be a bloodbath thing against us. Like he was talking about killing people when he was talking about the auto industry.
And still doing the suckers and losers thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Still doing
the Charlottesville thing.
Yep. Very fine people or whatever.
He just did that the other day.
Yeah.
Making fun of reporters. Remember, because he did the... Came in.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, the New York Times guy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? And,
I can't laugh at that.
And this Project 2025, I mean, I love how... See... Democrats are so frustrated that Trump didn't get on board with this.
Yeah.
And so they wanted that to be their big issue.
They did.
But even still, I've looked through, I've spent time with it finally.
It's fine.
It's awesome.
It's more than fine.
Wow.
It's really great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Boy, you don't need to distance yourself from it. Explain it to people. They're trying to make it out like it's some kind of kookery.
No.
And
remember we played the one video of the TikToker that went down some of the list, I think, right? And she went down the list trying to say that it was a bad thing and it was like an ad campaign for Trump.
Oh, wow. I don't recall that. No, I've noticed that they want to eradicate the term climate change from federal paperwork. Okay, that's good. They want to get rid of all of the DEI crap that Joe Biden pushed through. They want to ease up on regulations. Oh my gosh, it's so bad, this massive course correction to a country that makes sense.
What extremists.
Right.
They want to return us to the United States Constitution? Oh, what radicals. Who's ever heard of such a thing?
And honestly, it sounds like the amount of spending cuts they want to do. I seem to remember a guy named Calvin Coolidge that was all about cutting government spending. And that was so bad, right?
It was so bad it worked out pretty well. People don't understand how well that worked out because he's been disparaged over the years or just forgotten. And mostly just ignored. But, you know, some of the statistics, unemployment went from 11.2%. We would have a conniption if unemployment today was 11.2. It went from, in 1 year, 11.2 to 2.7%. Under the guiding hand of Calvin Coolidge.
And I don't know how people can forget. I mean, you never go anywhere without seeing people walking around with a Coolidge Dawes t-shirt.
Oh, Coolidge Dawes. 24.
Yeah.
I got this thing so long ago. I was like, that's going to...
And it works now.
Exactly. I was thinking, I can't wait till 2024.
I like that.
Yeah.
But he sliced the deficit by 50% in the first year, and then another 50% the next year. Incredible.
He just kept saying no.
We can't do 1% now. But as far as the 2025, the Project 2025 proposals, here are some of the nutty, crazy proposals.
Oh, no, here we go.
They want to secure the border and finish building the wall. And get this, deport illegal aliens. What? Oh, you extremist haters, xenophobes. They want to de-weaponize the federal government by increasing accountability and oversight of the DOJ and the FBI? What?
That's insane, right?
No, it's nutty. Unleash American energy production to reduce energy prices. Whoa! Whoa!
You know what that stuff is that you're reading, Pat? That's weird.
Thank you, Keith. That's the only word that applies to all of this stuff. Just weird. What kind of weirdo would want any of these things? They want to cut the growth of government spending to reduce inflation. We love inflation. Why would you reduce it? We're having so much fun with the Inflation Reduction Act because it's reduced inflation so much that prices have only gone up 30% at the grocery store. They want to improve education by moving control and funding of education from D.C. bureaucrats directly to parents and state and local governments. Oh, my. They want to, get this, ban biological males from competing in women's sports. Bigots.
This is Project 2025, but Trump has supported all this.
I know.
Right.
And yet
he
distances himself
from Project
continually
2025,
from it.
right.
And it's because they've allowed the discussion to become, you're a nut if you agree with any of these.
I mean, this is just the far left taking control of the narrative like they always do.
Yes.
And then conservatives
and then we let them
in the dust going, wait, that's not what that is. And then they're playing catch up to the point where their leaders are just having to abandon it. And they are doing, on the right, this is a blueprint. And so you would think that Republicans running for office would actually get on board and go, this is the contract for America 2024.
This is what we're doing. Yeah.
Wish they would have sold it that way. You know, like Newt Gingrich did in the 90s.
Yes.
The contract for America was a positive thing, and it was pretty tough to spin that ugly. But, man.
Because he was out in front of it, though.
Yeah, he was. And these Republicans have just let it all be handled by the left. And so now anybody who says Project 2025, you're perceived as a kook.
Yes.
You're a nut job. Well, no, these are great proposals. These are all common sense items here. But again, they allowed the narrative to be spun badly.
It's also while Trump has proposed a lot of these that you just read. I mean, I've heard Donald Trump before.
Yeah, he's behind most of it.
The Project 2025, he didn't have anything to do with.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, probably not. That was a Heritage Foundation.
Right.
So, there's the GOP plan. I mean, how is that much different than what Project 2025 is? I mean, that the GOP released that a couple days ago.
Well, and here's another nutty item.
What do you got?
Keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency.
Oh.
What about the peso? What about the ruble?
That ship is pulling out of the dock, though. Yeah.
What are you doing to strengthen the peso, Mr. President?
What about the franc? Are you telling me what? Come on, that's just
Krona.
Frank.
Fight for and protect, get this, They continually claim that the Republicans want to eliminate Social Security. They want to fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts, including no changes to the retirement age. I mean, that's actually a stupid proposal because we can't afford it. Oh, man. Cancel the electric vehicle mandate. Cut costly, burdensome regulations. Cut federal funding for any school pushing critical race theory, radical gender ideology, and other inappropriate racial, sexual, or political content on our children.
That's weird. Well, I should support that.
How about deporting pro-Hamas radicals? That's what they like to focus on. Wait, you're going to deport people just because they love Hamas?
Yep.
You can't do that. Make our college campuses safe and patriotic again. Oh, wow. That's just crazy. Because we want America last policies.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we love.
Yeah, because I remember that the Trump administration posted in the waning days of his first term. Oh, you like that? That was subtle. It was his first term because there's going to be another. You see.
Yes.
So, and they put up this pro-America. It was 1776 something, and it was these Department of Education was saying, "Hey, schools, teach our kids to love this country." Mm-hmm. They posted it, I think, in December of 2020. And then that first week of 2021 of the Biden administration, they pulled that thing down. I printed up a hard copy. It was online, PDF. I printed up a hard copy before they pulled the plug, which of course they did because they're communist bastards that took over.
Mm-hmm. Crazy. All right, let me tell you about the Eden Pure Thunderstorm air purifier, which uses proven oxy technology to quickly eliminate viruses and odors, mold, mildew, lots more. They've got thousands of 5-star reviews. People love this thing, and for good reason. It's really compact. There's nothing to setting it up and using it. You just pull out the plug-in, stick it into the outlet, turn it on, and you're off to eliminating odors. It's just so great. You're going to be amazed at how fast it eliminates odors. Go to EdenPureDeals.com. Use the discount code PAT3. You'll save $200. That's EdenPureDeals.com. Discount code PAT3. Oopsie daisies.
Happy Friday, Chris.
Is unleashed.
But just to finish up with President Braindead. Man, was he sharp, though, yesterday, right?
Sure.
Funny?
Right.
Funny?
The reason I say it is not to make a political point about them if they had gotten their lesson, but guess what?
What?
They want to. The guy we're running against. What's his name?
He seriously doesn't know.
Donald Dump or Donald.
Oh, what a burn. Because that rhymes with Trump. Did you catch that? Oh, that's genius. He can't even deliver a line.
Yeah, and he said that.
Wow.
He said in that the guy we're running against. Someone should probably tell you because you probably forgot. You're not running against anyone.
No kidding.
So I think he honestly thought for a second he was.
That's what threw him. That's what threw him because when he
that.
said that, he realized. A, I don't know that he remembered Trump's name.
That's true too.
But B, I think he realized, I'm not running.
All right.
The reason I say it is not to make a political point about them if they had gotten their lesson, but guess what? They want to. The guy we're running against. What's his name? Donald Dump or Donald.
Oh
my gosh.
Oh.
I hope you haven't been sitting on that line because it sucks, bro.
That's exquisite comedy right there.
It's exquisitely bad.
Did Dave Chappelle write that for you? Wow. Holy, brilliant.
When is the Netflix special?
Brilliant, biting comedy. That's next for him.
Okay.
Yeah, he's doing Netflix comedy specials coming up after January 20th. So I can't wait for that. That'll be so good. All right. Jeez.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
888-900-3393. And perhaps a Fat Five might be in our future.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Got some tweets here. Dallas Creamer 94. On the Mount Rushmore of suck, Joe Biden would need a waterfall coming out of the side of his mouth to represent the drool. That's a good point. Yeah, that would be very, very helpful.
I always thought he should have some little head of someone that he's sniffing.
Oh, no.
Yes, that too. Hogasm, at this point, Biden is the extended play version of a lame duck president. Adrian Slade, Trump can't even say fight after getting shot in the head without being labeled violent. He never said anything close to beat the hell out of them.
Right.
I know.
That's a great point.
Sure is. All right, I'm going to have to go to the Jackie glasses for these. From Rowdy Introvert. Hey, Pat, Unleash crew. How about a new segment where Pat reads tweets from Al Gore?
Oh.
From Al Gore. That's not a bad idea. Because Al actually tweeted something out. Was this just yesterday?
Yeah.
Here's more evidence that Tim Walz nailed it with his description of Trump and Vance as weird. With record high temperatures and climate-related extreme disasters coming one after another, it is definitely weird to ignore the reality of our climate crises. But that's exactly what Trump and Project 25 want to do. In fact, new videos show they want to eradicate climate change references from absolutely everywhere.
So?
Oh, wow. And with good reason,
Right.
Al. It's nonsense. Yes, I will admit to you that there's been some warming.
I'm sick of giving him that.
I am too.
So sick of giving him that.
I am too. But I just can't stand the fact that they get away with this all the time. We're not kooks because we know the climate on this planet is cyclical. It changes. And we have almost nothing to do with it.
Correct.
Nothing to do with it. I mean, the CO2 in the atmosphere is infinitesimal. It's so tiny that you can't tell me that it's responsible for the warming. In fact, Al Gore himself admitted that sometimes the temperature goes up before the CO2 does. That's true, but the opposite has always also been the case.
Yes, that's
Right?
Yes, 100%.
And if you don't believe me, listen to this.
The temperature goes up before the sea
Sometimes
goes up.
sometimes that has been true in the past. The opposite has also been true.
All right, well, you just blew your whole fraudulent scheme right there.
Always. And his disclaimers, I mean, we played his disclaimers, a 1,000 times.
Yeah.
And the thing is that we are the only country that does the most that humans can do to help the planet.
Right. Yes. To our detriment. It's, causing even more debt, which we can't afford, but we keep doing it anyway.
Correct.
Because we've made this commitment to the rest of the world. No, nobody else is even abiding by that commitment. France certainly isn't. And then, when they host,
they're getting to it.
Yeah, they'll get to it. Yeah, don't worry about it. But they host the world and 10,700 athletes or whatever for the Olympics. Yeah. And they're such a stupid country. They won't even do air conditioning for the athletes who aren't used to your...
that was the entire Olympics was to be this...
And they had to bring their own.
This green Olympics. Everything was green. They had the vegan food, all the food issues that they had. It was terrible.
So what did people do? They mailed in, they sent for meat.
Correct.
They wanted meat.
Countries sent their own food. And listen, as part of that 5 I threw in, we found out they're reporting now that the cost of the Paris Olympics was $8.2 billion.
Wow.
Now I feel like it may have it's going to end up being more than that because that seems. They were going to be okay if the cost overrun was $10 billion. and because that still was above their
projection,
their actual projection. Yeah,
what'd they project? What'd they think?
They 10 billion would put them like 25% over. So 8.2 billion is pretty close to being on brand for what they thought they were going to spend. But when you look at like Rio de Janeiro in 2016 spent 11.1 billion.
Wow.
The 2004 Winter Games in Sochi, 50 billion.
Jeez.
I mean,
50 billion.
That's what they said. And the Winter Games in Beijing were reported to cost 39 billion, but China said, "Oh no, we only spent 4 billion." So, I mean, nobody believes China,
right?
And so,
with good reason.
I know, but they're saying, they're saying that the LA games are going to.
LA has said they're not building anything new, right?
Well, they said
they already
it's going to be all private sector money.
Okay.
And it's going to be 6.8 billion.
Stretched all the way to Oklahoma, literally.
If you think for a second that they're not going to have cost overruns, you are sadly mistaken.
Yeah.
And I guess the state has said that they are only going to pony up, I don't know, 500 million tops.
Well, they got extra cash laying around in California, so they're fine.
That's just there's just no way. There's just no way. They can't build a railroad without overruns. They're not doing the Olympics without overruns.
Yeah, but they're only like $100 billion on the railroad you're referencing. It's only like $100 billion over, and it's not done yet. In fact, I don't think it's.
No, I don't. They may have broken some ground in some places, but not much.
It's pathetic.
Not much. So a New Zealand charity working with homeless people in Auckland unknowingly distributed candies filled with methamphetamine in its food parcels. And after the sweets were donated by a member of the public, the Auckland City Mission said the staff had started to contact up to 400 people to track down parcels that could contain the sweets. A few people, like 2 or 3 people, went to the hospital. Nobody died. And the other people were like, are we going to get some more of that candy in these parcels next time we come by? So the amount of meth in the candy was up, according to the New Zealand Drug Foundation, was 300 times the level someone would usually take and could be lethal. It obviously was not lethal. And the foundation spokesman said, well, the more candies could have been distributed throughout New Zealand. Not on purpose. Somebody owes somebody some money because that was, that's a big mistake, dropping those drugs off. And that's how they moved the drugs around, was wrapping in candy wrappers. Yep, we know.
Wow.
We got it. But it would, it's kind of not a great thing that they're passing out meth candies to homeless
that's
people.
Probably not ideal.
It's not ideal.
Suboptimal, if you will.
Suboptimal. Speaking of candy, candy giant Mars, those big candy, is going to acquire snack maker Kellanova for a $36 billion all-cash deal. Mars owns brands like M&M's and Snickers. Kellanova owns Pringles and Cheez-Its. And according to the Mars CEO, we are a bigger and stronger company. We hope to be able to absorb more costs in our structure and help alleviate the issues we have in an inflationary environment. I mean, this guy's pretty smart. That's the same company that told Joe Biden to take a hike, too, when he was talking about Snickers bars being cut down in size. They were like, no. We haven't done that. Stop saying that. But the Kellanova CEO actually gave insight into why this deal is such a big deal for them. Kellanova has a big distribution network in Africa, and Mars has a big distribution network in China. So that means that the Kellanova stuff will now go to China, and the Mars stuff will be in Africa. That's worth the $36 billion all-cash deal. Tough to take. Tough to take. And did you see your man, Mark Zuckerberg,
When did he become my man?
He's your man.
Exactly.
He's your man, Mark Zuckerberg.
Okay.
Everybody knows
I wasn't
that.
aware
I
of
don't
that.
know why.
I was the only person not aware.
It.
Something you want to tell us?
No,
I don't know why you're denying
not that I know of.
I mean, okay. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean,
in fact, it's desirable. It's preferable to what I'm currently doing. So
why are you gay?
He posted on Instagram, not on Facebook, interestingly enough, that he had. He said, bringing back the Roman tradition of making sculptures of your wife. And the large sculpture was made by Daniel Ashram, a New York-based.
Did he marry a Smurf? What's happening there?
It's green, it's about 7 feet tall, with a large silver cloak flowing behind her. And man,
that's a good
nothing
look.
says love like a
right,
like a statue, right?
12 feet?
I mean,
How
even
tall is it?
About 7 feet.
7 feet. Oh.
Well, yeah, she's small, and she had posted. She replied, "The more of me, the better," along with the heart emoji.
What a weird.
Okay,
you talk about a weird couple.
That is weird.
They most definitely are, man.
Grief.
But we're bringing back statues. Okay, all right, Mark, you got it, baby. Today's Chewing the Fat, brought to you by Kexi Cookies, not owned by Mars.
No,
but they're simply
be,
the
though.
best cookies on the
planet. Make me an offer, Mars.
It's a $36 million cash deal. All cash deal.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean, we could talk. Go ahead and make me an offer I can't refuse over there. Right? You talking to me? I hope so.
Would you be willing to step aside as CEO?
I would. Yes, I would. Yes. I'm going to volunteer Jackie saying yes on that, too, and my son Sean. Yes to all. Yes.
Wow.
Would not be a hostile takeover.
Right. Doesn't need to be. No. If the price is right,
there you go.
It's yours.
Come on down. Kexi.com. KEKSI.com. Best cookies on the planet. Are we being lied to from this government? And,
yes.
What?
Yes. We already
See,
answered.
that's what I mean.
We're done.
Nobody's sure.
Yes.
Wow.
Nobody's sure.
Nobody's sure. In fact, we're pretty sure that we're not being lied to, aren't we?
Thank you.
Talking about the U.S. government here.
So the headline, was the U.S. offered to pardon Venezuelan President Maduro in exchange for him acknowledging he lost the country's election last month and leaving office in January.
Love that idea. Is he going to jump at the chance?
The State Department says that is not true. Okay. Their spokesman told reporters that we have not made any offers to Maduro or others since this election.
So they may have made the offer before the election happened.
They very well. Which because I don't know if I remember their little secret meeting that they had in Qatar in June and September between U.S. and Venezuela.
Why'd they meet in Qatar for that?
I don't know.
Weird.
I don't know. Really weird.
Huh.
I mean, there's a weird administration.
Yeah.
It's a weird administration.
Yes, it is.
Again, though, the question I ask is, are we being lied to? Because, again, the Biden-Harris administration is boasting that they secured back the oil it drained from the emergency reserves in the wake of the Russian invasion.
I saw that they're claiming that.
Jennifer Granholm, the Energy Secretary, said that the reserve would be at or exceeding the level prior to the administration's 180 million barrel drawdown by the end of this year, 2024. That's slightly not correct. The 140 million barrels weren't directly repurchased. Instead, the department said it merely canceled future sales, which actually was mandated by law. And so the reserve is still missing 140 million barrels. And they purchased 40 million barrels to replenish some of the reserve. But as of the first of this week, it had only increased 29.1 million barrels. So the current level is 376.5 million barrels, down 41% from the 638.1 million barrels that were in it in January. So right now, if we stay on that track, somewhere in the 2030s, we'll have it fully restocked. Will we need it before then?
No, I'm sure not. No.
Times are fine. Times are
It's
great.
for a rainy day, and it never rains.
We're just coasting along, so we'll be good.
Never rains in Southern California. But girl, don't they warn you? It pours.
Do.
Man, it pours.
They do warn you.
All right, let me tell you about the Jace case real quick, because this contains 5 essential antibiotics that could be life-saving if there's a shortage of antibiotics, and there already is. So we don't have to, imagine some way down the road future problem. We've got these supply chain issues right now. So imagine if something really goes radically wrong, what's going to happen to the medication supply. And here's the beauty. Almost all of our medications come from China. They're manufactured in China. We just allow that. And so when they get pissed at us, do you think they're going to continue to supply us all the medication we need? Come on. Please go to jace.com and stock up with the Jace case. All you have to do is fill out a form online. They'll check it just to make sure that you're not allergic to anything that they're going to send you. And then they send you this life-saving medication. 5 antibiotics. You can do add-ons like ivermectin or Tamiflu, things that are really super valuable. So please go to jace.com right now and get this stocked up for yourself in your own life. JASE, jace.com/Pat. When you buy, enter the promo code Pat at checkout. You'll get a discount on your order. Promo code Pat at jace.com/Pat.
Pat Gray is unleashed.
Oh, we also have we got a big.
I know you
right.
kind of slid up, but one of the most important things is obviously everybody needs a Jace case.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's awesome. But if you go to what is it, jace.com/Pat. You can enter a contest.
You can enter.
No purchase necessary.
That's correct.
To win a Jace case for life.
Once a year for the rest of your life.
I mean, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
What's that website again?
Jace.com. JASE. Jace.com.
/Pat.
Okay. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Jace.com/Pat.
Right.
All right. Let's, well, when we come back, we're going to get into the comedy stylings again of the Biden-Harris administration because they're so funny and charming. Aren't they?
Charming. Yeah, that's the word.
Charming. Yeah.
They're so real, is the thing.
Oh, man. So authentic.
We're seeing, this is almost like a precursor to the comedy special.
Almost, yeah. Which is coming in February to Netflix next year.
Who's headlining? Biden
or
Joe? Harris? Okay.
Joe.
Yeah,
no, Kamala's going to be busy doing her laundry back in California.
Yeah, that's right.
She's going to lose. She's going to lose the election.
The way she does that laundry, that's...
Well, she's going to oversee her people do the laundry. That's what's going to happen.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, American. It's Friday.
With some Friday tweets. John Douglas tweets, they can't afford a better speech for Joe because they blew the entire budget paying the audience to be there. Yeah, you do have to consider that.
I mean, there was a report I saw, and I don't know whether it's true or not, but I saw the report that after when Joe started speaking, was that after Kamala or before?
It was after Kamala,
and that a lot of the audience left.
Yeah, that's what I heard too.
So,
well, why listen to him? We don't care what you have to say.
We were paid to be there to hear her,
right?
Cheer on her,
right? And you might be right when they were chanting "Thank you, Joe." It might be because he stepped aside.
Yeah,
it might be. Thank you for getting out of here.
Get out of the way.
Maga Baker tweets, I think that someone with a middle name of Robinette shouldn't be poking fun at other people's names.
Yeah.
Pretty good point. Yeah. Is it
what's his name?
Donald Dump?
Where's the
What's his name? We're running against.
Wait. Oh, do we have the actual fake laugh that we've been looking for?
The actual fake laugh?
Remember when we had some controversy?
Yeah, we were looking for it.
We were scrambling. You don't recall this at all?
I
It was a
don't.
very big controversy on the show. It lasted for about an hour.
Oh.
And I don't know if we ever found the correct one. In fact, Rowdy Introvert sent us the correct one.
The correct laugh?
Yes.
From...
See what your fake laugh is in the box there.
Oh, okay.
From the audience, right? The audience laughter.
All right. So is it Donald Dump?
Yeah, it comes on too strong.
Yeah.
No, it's not that one. Huh.
Rowdy posted it
okay.
at patheads.com. I'll find it.
Find it and play it. Because I do remember that.
Because there's plenty of clips that we need that laugh track underneath it. But
It's not quite.
No, there's too much.
No, it's too much.
It's too much. Yeah.
That's the one from patheads.com.
Well, then it's incorrect.
Then I guess no.
Okay, it's not the one we were looking for necessarily, but
We'll
still,
find it,
it's good.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
Yeah. Anna for real tea. I was laughing at Biden's comedy shtick until it dawned on me this guy's still in charge of our nuke codes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a fun realization, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
KJP's blinker fluid. Pretty sure something I learned in school is that plants eat CO2 and convert it into oxygen. So, of course, it makes perfect sense to cut down acres and acres of trees to build battery factories to save the environment. Right. That's what they're doing. Groundhog Baby. So Trump fills the oil reserve to the tippity top for $22 a barrel. Biden uses it all and replaces it with oil that costs $77 a barrel.
Barely replaces it. He hasn't replaced it.
Yeah, and I don't know that Trump wanted to.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
When it bottomed out during the pandemic, but the Democrat Congress
they blocked
wouldn't allow it.
Yeah.
Because we are a dumb country.
Well, there's something about the emergency oil reserve, and that is that it's supposed to only be used in emergencies. Yeah, it's really to power the military in case we have a conflict and we run out of energy. Well, this is what's reserved for them to fill up our tanks, to defend ourselves, all of those things.
Yes.
So it's really stupid to use it like we have been.
And I haven't heard what they're doing with the military reserves that they have in Hawaii, but they were talking that they were going to drain all of those because some of it was leaking, and we can't have that.
No.
We can't have. They can't go in and, I don't know, glue the hole shut. Let's just drain it all.
Why not?
It's just
it makes perfect
sense. Because someone said, I don't know who talked about we're a stupid country.
Weird.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Strange. You know what else is strange? The Secret Service, which is such a brilliant operation that's smoothly run and efficient in what they do, and so precise in protecting people. You just can't. Nothing falls through the cracks with the Secret Service. You heard the latest.
I mean, they had one bad day.
Right, thank you. They had one bad day. Well, and then while they're guarding Trump at a recent rally.
Just in North Carolina.
Yeah,
in Asheville.
this one
Asheville, North Carolina.
Asheville. One of the Secret Service agents, a female in this particular case.
Are we sure that it was a female?
Well, that's what the article says.
Okay.
So I'm just going by the article.
Okay.
But she reportedly abandoned her post to go breastfeed her child.
Now, here's the thing. And I'm being serious now. Did the story say breastfeed her child, or
so
the child was there?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times women who are breastfeeding will need to go, relieve themselves, and
she was breastfeeding her child.
They store the milk for later.
She went into the emergency area that was reserved for.
What's her kid even doing there?
I don't know.
Right.
There were several family members there, and so they had a little get together in the room that's set aside.
Barbecue.
Yeah, it's set aside for the client, in this case Donald Trump, in case anything goes wrong. She's in there. I mean, one of the supervisors was looking around and just checking on everything at the last minute, and he sees she's not at her post, and nobody knows where she is. So he goes into the the blue room or whatever they call it. And there she is with her family members, breastfeeding her child.
That's awesome.
Okay, there's a time and a place, and breastfeeding is fantastic. It's great. Not maybe on the job when you're trying to protect the life of the former president
crap.
and the former and future president. Can you believe what is happening here?
It's amazing that she didn't say, "Hey, I'm gonna be
she didn't tell anybody. She didn't say anything to anyone. Nobody knew where she was.
Holy crap!
Except her baby and a couple of family members.
It's amazing that Donald Trump is still alive.
Yeah,
it is.
Oh yes.
It's through no fault of the Secret Service that he is, but yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean,
what did she say when the supervisor came in? Did she say like, "Can I get some privacy here"? What are you doing?
I'm not covering up.
Yeah.
What are you, some kind of
pervert?
Sexist?
Get out of here, pervert!
Get out of here, women! What? All of a sudden, I can't breastfeed my child?
Yeah,
you've got something against breastfeeding.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It's icky to you? Is that what you're telling me? No, I'm just trying to tell you should be protecting Donald Trump.
You should be doing your job. If you can't do your job, if you're breastfeeding, if you just had a child and you're breastfeeding, why aren't you home?
You're right.
Unbelievable.
I mean, we're 3 weeks removed from an assassination attempt on the guy you're supposed to be protecting, and you leave your post without a word to anybody and go breastfeed your child.
I mean,
it's lunacy on a scale that you can't even begin to comprehend.
Right.
Can't even begin.
That's a bit, man.
Yeah, it is.
It is a bit.
What is happening to this country is just, what's the word again? Dumb. We're just dumb.
Yeah. The agent, her 2 relatives, and her baby bypassed the uniformed division checkpoint and were taken to the secure room by an unpinned staff member. Unpinned means the Secret Service is not given the individual clearance to be there. Oh, okay. Well, this gets better and better.
Let me take you guys in. We'll take you back. Come on.
I mean, you wouldn't believe this unless it was right here in front of you in an actual story. The Babylon Bee couldn't make this up.
Boy.
Seriously. I mean, this is... this. You know what this is actually? It started a lot earlier than that. It's whoever hired this kind of person to be the protective detail of someone like Donald Trump.
And it shows how much they care about his safety.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on now. Anthony Guglielmi, who's the Secret Service spokesperson, gave the following statement. All employees of the U.S. Secret Service are held to the highest standards.
Are they? Are they?
Wait, what?
That's not your best opening line,
No,
Mr. Guglielmi.
Not in light of recent events. While there was no impact to the North Carolina event, the specifics of this incident are being examined.
Well, good.
Given this is a personnel matter, we are not in a position to comment any further.
Shut up.
Oh, my gosh.
We all know we know the story. Is she going to be fired? Why was she there to begin with? What are we doing with it?
Yeah, I was going to say we pay your salary, so I think we're allowed to be in.
And where are we at with the shooting? By the way,
that thing is going to be.
That's
just gone away now.
That's gone. That's ancient history. Why would you even bring that up?
Sorry.
What's the matter with you?
Sorry.
What, next you're going to be asking for an explanation on Las Vegas, that shooting from 2017.
You got to let that go.
Yeah, right?
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just asking a question.
I know.
It's been a month. Okay? Like he said, ancient history.
It's been a month.
What do we know? We know nothing.
We don't know.
And that's what we're supposed to know is nothing.
Yeah. And like it. You'll know nothing, you'll own nothing, and you'll like it. And we're already there. Yes. So congratulations, America. That's awesome.
God, I can't.
Can you believe it? No, you can't. You can't believe it.
I can't.
Seriously, I would not have believed this story if somebody would tell me, hey, in 2024, you're going to have a really amazing story of a Secret Service agent who leaves her post guarding Donald Trump to go breastfeed her child.
No.
She's not going to tell anyone.
No, right.
And she's going to let the whole family bypass security to go into a special room that's supposed to be there for the safety of the person you're protecting.
Mm-hmm.
It's maddening.
Again, you're going to have to let that go. Come on, man. And, honestly...
I'm a fan of breastfeeding. No one supports breastfeeders more than me.
No, that's a fact.
If you had read that story... And not knowing that it was real, you would have been like, hey
that's
why
funny.
is there a Babylon Bee story in my stuff today?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Don't like
and
it.
I know Donald Trump keeps saying how good the Secret Service is. And he does. He has to. And you know what? Many of them are. I know.
Okay. qualify.
Many of them are, no. But you're right. In the past, years, we've really, that hiring process has really...
Quality people there.
Yeah.
That would have that kind of judgment. That's
Thank
the thing.
you.
I'm saying
common sense as a protector.
Let's pretend that this hasn't happened yet, the breastfeeding thing. The fact that you employed someone in that critical of a post that has that kind of judgment, surely this isn't the first time that this individual has demonstrated this kind of stupidity, incompetence. There's got to be other things. This wasn't just like, wow, an exemplary employee, and then all of a sudden this breastfeeding thing, whoa, crazy.
Let's say you're engorged, right? You're lactating, and you've got a baby who, I don't know, won't drink out of a bottle for any reason at any time. Don't you go to your supervisor and say, look, I'm going to have to... I can't work right now.
Leave of absence.
Or, maybe it happened spur of the moment and something went radically wrong with the baby and you must feed the baby right now. You go to somebody and say, hey, cover for me. Can you cover for me for a few minutes? I don't know, something. It's still pretty unprofessional to just stop and breastfeed, but at least you've got your post covered.
I mean, it's unprofessional from the very beginning.
Yeah,
okay, so I'm protecting the former president, the presidential candidate, and I'm saying, hey, we're going to be in Asheville, North Carolina. Now, maybe her family is from there, but bring the kids. Bring the kid. I got to breastfeed her anyway. Bring the kid, and we'll be fine.
This might surprise you, but in the Secret Service, they got this weird thing where you're not supposed to bring family members to the event. Yeah. When you're on protective detail, you're not supposed to bring
Is that a rule?
Family members.
You know that
it's
for
a
sure.
weird rule that I think JD Vance instituted. Yeah. So, because it's just weird. What kind of weirdo wouldn't bring their baby
so here, I know,
to an event
I know
like that?
This is a crazy thought here, but
it literally is unbelievable.
She had family members there, right?
Uh-huh.
So conceivably, maybe Jeffy's right. She has family members in Asheville. But regardless, she has family members there that maybe don't come to the event. You leave the baby there. You put the milk in a bottle. Leave the kid with the family members in the bottle.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was my original thought.
never
is that
bring
she had
the
to
kid
go,
or the
that she
family.
had to go milk
But
because
saying,
that happened.
I'm saying you don't even bring the family to the event. Stay at home. I don't understand.
Yeah. It's incredible. It's incredible.
And it's a personal issue, so we'll never find anything more about it. It's over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we've got to insist on we pay your salary. All right. This is our guy that you're messing with, his life you're taking into your hands or the hands of somebody else. We deserve to know.
Yeah,
we
do.
need to know these details. So it's unacceptable that they're trying to hide behind it's a personnel issue and we're not going to talk about it.
Right.
BS.
Yeah, right. Did you see that Trump is going to do another live space with Elon Musk next week?
Next week?
I'm telling you. Let's do it every
They
week.
adopted your plan.
Every week.
Good. All right.
Elon by night, Waffle House by day. Or IHOP. Or Cracker Barrel.
Whatever.
He needs to be with the people.
Yes.
100%.
All right. And you need to be with your realtor if you're buying or selling your house. Maybe you're doing both because you're relocating. You need somebody who can get you through that process in one piece, take away some of the stress. I mean, there's a lot of stress involved in selling your house. Is it going to sell? Is it going to sit there? How long do you let it sit there if it's not selling right away? What kind of repairs or remodeling do you need to do in order to sell it for the most money? These are the really important questions that great realtors know the answer to because they're with buyers all the time and they sell homes all the time. And so they know how to market them and they know what you're going to get your money out of and what you won't. There's a lot of things you can do to your house that, you would make it look great, but you're not going to get much of a return on that investment. So
if there was a place you could find where great realtors like that existed.
Yeah. If only. What? Wait, there is.
What?
It's called Real Estate Agents I Trust. Go there.
Wow.
realestateagentsitrust.com. It's Glenn's company. They vet these realtors all across the country. There's one in your area that's right for you. realestateagentsitrust.com.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. We're still just trying to get our heads around.
It's amazing.
The breastfeeding Secret Service agent. How do you leave your post? I mean, seriously, it's inconceivable, right?
Using that word.
Yeah.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
You may be right. I may be crazy. But it just might be a lunatic you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what she said.
That is what she said
thank you.
in the song. So, crazy. I mean, the question has to come up. Are they trying to get him killed? Mm-hmm. Is that the goal here? Mm-hmm. Because to even consider leaving your post 1 month after the assassination attempt.
And even if we take that out.
Yeah.
Even if we take that out.
Yes.
We have a Secret Service agent that just leaves the post
without a word to anybody. Makes no sense.
Need to start a GoFundMe for private security for Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right. Back to something happier, that we got the comedy stylings of the Biden-Harris administration.
Oh, that's right.
How funny Joe was making fun of Donald Trump's name. Oh, that just killed the audience.
Oh, the dump thing?
Yeah.
That's good stuff,
Yeah,
right?
dump instead of Trump.
A lot of times when you go to open mic night, you're working out bits.
Yeah.
And so, sometimes it doesn't work right. Something you're trying to work it through.
But man, that sailed.
Home run.
That killed.
Home run. Usually you should save that good stuff for the real show. You know?
You should, but they didn't. Kamala and Tim Walz want you to get to know them a little better, so they're making some videos to help you get to know them.
She won't do any interviews.
No, but
they interview each other.
And they'll do this.
I called
was hoping
you,
maybe
Tim.
we wouldn't have to.
I called you, Tim.
Yes.
You didn't answer, Tim.
I know. I know.
What happened?
The most important call of my life. It popped up, and we didn't recognize the caller ID, and it went to voicemail.
I'm not able to answer. There you go.
And they're admitting it now because remember when we first played this, we said that it was so set up.
Yep.
It is an amazing privilege. I'm excited. I just want to be part of the excitement that you're generating.
Well, we're doing it together, buddy.
It's fun.
We're doing it together.
Buddy.
Oh, man, that's just so natural.
So that means that she was not in his phone.
Yeah.
Because we learned they just met each other recently for the first time. And so that proves
she's picking it for vice president, and we're going to be calling you. We're going to set this up. The cameras are there. The people are there.
Mm-hmm. Well, he didn't recognize the phone number. So,
yeah.
So
that was before they really got her laugh under control, too. You see that?
Yeah.
That was before they made that a priority.
Yeah. And there was more.
Like I have white guy tacos and
What is
like
that?
black,
Like mayonnaise and tuna? What are you doing?
pretty much ground beef
Mayonnaise.
and cheese.
That's okay. Do you
Yeah.
put any flavor in it?
No.
No.
Here's the deal. No, they said to be careful and let her know this, that black pepper is the top of the spice level in Minnesota,
I'm the first vice president, I believe, who has ever grown chili peppers.
I'm trying to expand my food knowledge.
You know what? We've got some cantaloupes. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do cantaloupes have to do with
And why are we making
tacos?
fun of white people?
I don't know.
I make white guy tacos. What does that mean? Tuna and mayonnaise?
Well, we're getting to know them. You know what I mean? Getting to know all about them. It's a beautiful process.
I've already determined I don't like them.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Pat, but can we just take a screenshot of them? They're just like everyday people. How many times, Pat, when you have people over to your house and you're talking about what you're going to eat, what you're doing, you always have a cover over the water. Keep going until they get to the table, where she walks around and they have the. What are we doing?
Well, do you want dust to get in there?
I do not. I do not want dust or pepper.
Where are they? Do we know?
That's got to be some hotel, right?
I don't know. I don't know.
Cool.
Interesting.
But
Okay.
why are we?
You want to get to know Tim a little bit better?
Not really, but go ahead.
Let's show the photo of him that I sent in this morning. There it is. There it is. It's a specific kind of photo called a mugshot.
Donald Trump's got one of those. No big deal.
No big deal. Except for the fact that this guy really committed a crime. He was drunk driving, and that's when he was arrested and mugshotted. Yeah.
In country.
Was it in
Nebraska?
Nebraska?
Yeah.
Okay. So he was arrested for drunk driving. And then he ran later on, a few years later, for Congress. And he was asked about drunk driving. And he was like, no, I was not arrested for drunk. So he lied.
Just deny it.
Repeatedly. He was pulled over by a Nebraska trooper going 96 in a 55 mile an hour speed zone. 96 in a 55 mile an hour zone. So you might recognize that as 41 miles an hour over the speed limit.
You might also recognize that it's in Nebraska.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did 105 in a 55 at one point, but I wasn't drunk.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, that's the issue.
That's the issue.
Mm-hmm. So after the officer who pulled him over smelled alcohol on his breath, he took a field sobriety test and a blood alcohol test and failed both.
You want that guy in vice president?
Spent the night behind bars. Later admitted he was driving drunk, but while running for Congress, he claimed that he had not been drinking, but was pulled over and failed the sobriety test because he has an alleged hearing loss that he suffered during his time in the National Guard. So it was his incredible military service, and fighting in the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, and he lost a little bit of hearing.
So that caused him.
That caused him to fail.
He couldn't hear the speed limit sign. Tell him to drive 55.
Yeah,
and that causes you to test.
If it affects your balance, and you can't follow orders when you can't hear what the cop is saying to you.
That's a good point, actually.
Yeah. So
Jeffy's taking notes.
Damn, I kind of like this argument. I keep going.
He's like, you know what? I understand now.
He couldn't understand what the trooper was telling him during the field sobriety test, and the trooper refused to speak up for this poor man who was just misunderstood. It's despicable, really, on the part of a police officer.
Yes, it is.
Despicable.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome, and thanks for joining us. 888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I love the absolute desperation of the left. They keep posting stuff on JD Vance. We already realized it was a Halloween costume party.
Yeah.
That he dressed up as a woman.
In college.
Okay.
Big deal.
In college.
It wasn't blackface. It was just a dress up as a woman.
And apparently that's
big deal. Or
not going anywhere.
Whatever.
So now they've posted a photo with him standing in a men's room. There are three totally dressed. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Three totally dressed and pretending to urinate into a urinal.
And he's trying.
He's standing in there in a men's room with three girls. When he's what, 12? I don't know. How old is he there? 14, 15, maybe?
Maybe.
He's clearly in school there, and they're screwing around, and everybody's completely dressed. Shut up.
They are desperate as hell.
Oh,
man.
my gosh. It's absolute, total, and complete desperation.
But he's so weird.
To try to make him a weirdo.
He's the weirdo.
He's so weird.
He's weird. Don't worry about that mugshot that's circulating with
Don't worry about
Tim
the
Walz.
white guy tacos.
Yeah, right. There he is. Don't worry about that photo. JD Vance was in a bathroom with girls once.
You know
he
why
was
the
11.
Here's why the left is pissed. The left is pissed because JD Vance is in a boys' room with girls, and there's no tampons on the wall.
Oh, that's why.
Made available for.
Is he wearing
all
a
the guys
tampon
and the
around
girls.
his neck?
He might be. He might be. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, that's.
It's ridiculous. It is. There's just no words. There's really no words. But we continue to get to know Kamala and Tim a little bit better. We should revisit that classroom they were in the other day.
I love this.
Because we're going to...
Because originally the sign said Kamala and the coach, but this has been making the rounds. Revolutionary Communists of America. There you go. Get your picture made in front of that. And people have been circulating this, actually believing it's true.
Malinformation.
Misinformation.
Because they're
go to jail in the United Kingdom for that, my friend.
Yeah. They're so blatant about it. You wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they posed in front of a giant photo like that. Come on, yeah, they love it. They love it. I mean, she's proposing price controls right now in drugs and groceries. Price controls. Oh, okay. Well, that's a good idea in a free market.
Not forget about rent.
And rent, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Nationwide rent price controls. Not just New York. Let's not just screw up that city, which they've already done and have done a nice job of doing for a long time. Let's do that. Let's take that program nationwide.
I mean, they just sold
Worked out so well.
Just sold a skyscraper in New York at auction for, I don't know, it was like $8 million or something. It was 96% cheaper than what it was supposed to have been.
Oh, wow.
It was unbelievable. They can't even offload it.
It's incredible. And here's what she wants to do as president. She is proposing up to $25,000 in down payment support for first-time home buyers.
Okay.
So the government, we, in other words, are going to make people's $25,000 down payment on a house?
Holy crap.
You want to do that?
Holy crap.
I don't want to do that for other people, but
and
you want it for you, but you're not a first-time home buyer.
And
if I'm not mistaken.
And I think it's... Does the story say it's not for every first-time home buyer?
Let's see.
This is a class warfare thing.
Provide up to $25,000 in down payment for first-time home buyers.
I'm sure it is.
If their parents
proposed a down payment assistance for 400,000 first-generation home buyers or home buyers whose parents don't own a home.
Screw you! I mean, this is
so
multiple levels of insanity.
Wow!
First time.
For first time.
First generation.
Yeah, first-generation home buyers.
First-generation
home buyers whose parents don't own a home.
Right, okay.
What if your parents are gone? My parents don't currently own a home on this planet.
Divide us more, please.
So, that is just crazy.
This is...
Wow.
The country doesn't survive
They're radicals.
these kind of policies.
They're radicals.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the Republicans have gotten so extreme that Ronald Reagan wouldn't even recognize his party. Okay. All right. Here's what here's the platform from the GOP, which is essentially Donald Trump. Seal the border, stop the migrant invasion.
Okay.
Carry out the largest deportation operation in American history.
I love the buckle up.
Let's go.
They're coming.
End inflation. And make America great and affordable again. Make America affordable again. Make America the dominant energy producer in the world by far.
This isn't from Donald Trump at all.
No, not at all. Stop outsourcing and turn the United States into a manufacturing superpower. Large tax cuts for workers and no tax on tips! ! Defend our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and our fundamental freedoms, including freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and the right to keep and bear arms.
Crazy talk.
Prevent World War III.
I'm a fan of that, actually.
Restore peace in Europe and the Middle East, and build a great Iron Dome missile defense shield over our entire country, all made in America.
He talked about that with Elon, too, and I thought, man, because he talked about Israel having it, and he also mentioned, he said there was... he mentioned other countries that had it, that he didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But the United States is a mighty big country.
Mm-hmm.
That would take an awful lot. We need a pretty big Iron Dome.
Well, it's called satellites. You shoot down the missiles from space. And we have many, many satellites.
Yes, we
in
do.
Orbit
Way
right now.
A lot.
So
you can quote me on that. Way a lot.
Hashtag way a lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you can.
End the weaponization of government against the American people. Stop the migrant crime epidemic. Demolish the foreign drug cartels. Crush gang violence and lock up violent offenders. Rebuild our cities, including Washington, D.C., making them safe, clean, and beautiful again. Strengthen and modernize our military, making it, without question, the strongest and most powerful in the world. Keep the U.S. dollar as the world's reserve currency. Fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts. I mean, it goes on and on and on. These are not wacky proposals.
No, they're not.
The wacky proposals are coming from the communists in the Democrat Party.
Yeah, but they want to keep men out of women's sports.
Yeah, right. And what we want is for men to dominate women's sports. That's what everybody really wants, right?
Oh, yeah. I just remembered. We actually have this video of the Algerian boxer, the dude that won the women's gold.
Yeah.
See if you notice anything stands out from this video after she won gold.
All right.
You see anything standing out there? That would be the Palestinian flag draped around his neck.
I'll run that again.
I thought you were going to play. They just released a video of her all dressed up and made up and everything.
No, I didn't see this.
Looking all pretty.
Did you send that in?
Oh, yeah. It's got the Palestinian flag.
How cute is that, huh? Oh, I got to see this.
Oh, yeah, because we were talking about yesterday that that's not on the platform.
Right.
Right. Is that on the platform?
What now? Oh no, that's after.
Because remember we were talking yesterday that there wasn't
just one.
There wasn't
that. Yeah, somebody else.
Yeah, there was a France basketball player that had the Palestinian flag when they accepted the medal, and I thought that was probably the only one I saw.
But the haters on the right want to keep people like that from participating,
from beating the crap out of women.
What is that all about?
Oh, what kind of zealots are you?
Thank you,
misogynist creeps.
Someone had to say
it. Let men like that beat the crap out of women. That's the platform we should have. It's incredible. It's inconceivable.
You keep using that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Huh. All right, let me tell you about Backyard Butchers. They deliver American raised and harvested meat from right here in our American backyards to dinner tables across, you guessed it, America. Backyard Butchers will only source beef and chicken from American farms, and they deliver those cuts right to your doorstep every single month. Grass-fed, grain-finished. It tastes amazing. So good. Don't be fooled by meat that says a product of the USA. That just means it was packaged here. That it was probably grown and raised in Botswana, Algeria, Outer Mongolia. You don't want that. You don't want that.
No, you don't.
You don't want that. You want Texas, Nebraska, Kansas, those kinds of places from the heartland. Over 1 million half a million happy customers across America, hundreds of 5-star reviews on Google, and an American-based customer service team of stay-at-home moms. They're going to make sure your orders are delivered right on time every single month. Get the person in your home who buys the groceries to go to backyardbutchers.com/unleashed. Buy all U.S. American meat today. You're gonna save 20% off your first order. When you subscribe, you'll get another 10% off and free shipping. So go to backyardbutchers.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
We mentioned the Afghan withdrawal a little while ago. This is the 3-year anniversary of the Biden-Harris disaster when we withdrew from Afghanistan. And House Republicans have put out a new ad.
Deadly terrorist attack at Kabul's airport that killed 13 American troops.
13 dead Americans were sent home with honors.
11 Marines, 1 Army soldier, and a Navy corpsman, most of them in their early 20s.
They are sons and daughters, brothers and sisters that were pawns in some agenda.
Not a single person has been held accountable.
Are you the last person in the room? Yes. And you feel comfortable? I do.
The U.S. Embassy evacuated.
The image of a helicopter lifting off above the U.S.
Feels comfortable with it.
Drawn comparison to the fall of Saigon in 1975.
We have seen a successful drawdown of the embassy. Our focus has to be on evacuating American citizens.
Hundreds of Americans who wanted to leave have been left behind.
To work on the protection of women and children in that region.
Women and girls have been stripped of their rights. Young girls are being sold as child brides.
Prevent it from returning to being a haven for terrorists who ultimately could attack our country.
The terror threat has increased and our ability to combat it has decreased.
That Afghanistan has become a Disneyland for terrorists of all sorts.
The warning about terror group ISIS-K that could strike U.S. assets.
Were you the last person in the room? Yes.
Yes.
And you're comfortable with the withdrawal? Yes.
Again, you have to tie her at the hip
Yeah.
to Joe Biden's policies and decisions.
Absolutely. She's in on it. They're making it like it's this big leap to tie Kamala Harris to Joe Biden.
Yeah, the same people.
They're the same administration.
Yeah, you can't let her be the shiny new toy for voters.
They're fine to tie Donald Trump to Project 2025, which he didn't have much to do with, if anything to do with. That was the Heritage Foundation, and they're good proposals. But he's distanced himself from that, and they're trying to paint him with that brush. He didn't even do it. But you can't. It's a big leap to tie Kamala Harris to Joe Biden. Come on. I mean, I can't take it. I can't take it. All right, so we have a video of Nicole Kidman.
I saw this and I
bugs.
thought, Jeffy, we got to play this for Jeffy. Because, I mean, Jeffy's been predicting this for years and years and years, and it just keeps getting more and more in your face.
It does.
Is this from the stupid World Health Organization?
What is this from?
It is
United
not.
Nations.
It is not. It's part of a show that's called Secret Talent Theater.
Okay.
And this actually took place a few years ago. I watched it last night. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not. It really isn't. They aren't necessarily pushing bugs. Although, I mean, she's obviously eating
This
bugs.
is so gross,
But
though.
it was a silly bit that she did for the show, that her secret talent was eating bugs.
Are these going to be good edits here, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's
extraordinary.
They look nasty. Yeah, it's more of a bit than anything.
Can't
but
quite describe the flavor.
still eating
of
bugs, and they've been
need a little water.
They keep pushing bugs.
2 billion people in the world eat bugs.
Every 3 or 4 months, we get a new push on how good bugs are.
I'm telling you, I'd win Survivor. Fruity taste.
Really gross.
Recommend it.
Yeah, very gross.
Oh, come
And she even jokes here
nothing.
about needing a drink of
Like nothing
water.
you've ever tasted. The fried grass
Come on now.
Yeah.
are amazing.
Amazing.
These are exquisite grasshoppers.
No, wait. That implies that she's comparing them to other grasshoppers she's eaten before. These are exquisite grasshoppers.
That's what I mean. That it really isn't real. That's just her, showing off that's
Of course,
her
nothing
secret
celebrities
talent of
do
eating
is
bugs.
real, as they try to get us to do all the stuff they claim they like.
Correct. But I'm still not.
I'm still eating a steak when I get home today. I'm not. No cockroaches, no grasshoppers. No beetles. I'll listen to the Beatles on the way home, but I'm not going to eat them.
I see.
Not going to eat them. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's gross stuff.
That's just icky. That's really nasty. Well, it's back to school time. Schools in the DFW went back this week.
I was halfway through the school zone at 80 miles an hour.
And then you realized, crap.
The lights are blinking.
Oh, that's right. Dang it. You're lucky. In the school I pass every day, there's cops posted there every day. And I've never seen them take off after anybody, but
I have.
It always slows me down. I'll say that.
I've seen them pull people
leave
over.
the school and chase people down?
Yeah, the one guy does. And I have had one blink his lights at me.
Oh, really?
I'm going through the
because you're going too fast.
Yeah, and I see the lights flashing.
Well, that was nice of him.
Oh yeah, crap. I mean, that's right. This is school zone. So I thought that was really nice of him.
It was nice of him.
Because
back to blue, baby.
Yeah, back to blue. 100% back to blue.
What is it with? Is it a Texas thing? It just seems like they build schools on main roads.
I know. Yeah.
Instead of off to the side where we're not going to be bothered.
Right.
It's always through a thoroughfare with a high speed limit, and you're like, okay.
It's true. It's true.
I know.
But this means, does high school football start Friday?
Pretty soon, right? Yeah, it has to.
I would think it would be this
that'll
week.
be fun out there in 108 degrees.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, quit your whining. Get out there. It's football season.
Oh, they should be indoors in an air-conditioned facility.
If you want
it's football.
The school not far from me built an indoor facility. I don't know what you're talking about. That's happening.
Wow. Well, yeah, let's see.
All schools here have indoor facilities. It's pretty amazing.
Looks like August 30th, high school football starts.
Oh, not till the 30th?
Yep.
Wow.
I saw the marching band out practicing, so I know we're getting close.
Yeah,
we are getting close.
Sign.
I drove by the Allen Stadium last couple of weeks ago because I had to drop off a payment at our new place. The people who run the new place that we're temporarily in.
I don't know if you know this. There's a thing called the mail.
Yeah, you can't mail it. For some reason, I had to bring them a cashier's check, so I did. And anyway, it took me right past that stadium in Allen, which is the most incredible high school football stadium in the world. Seats about 20,000. Yep. It is. You would think it's a Division I.
Well, it is actually
college football stadium. It's incredible, really beautiful. But it's Texas.
Yeah, it's Texas.
We take our high school football seriously here.
That really indoor facility they built close to me, man, it is awesome.
Yeah, I know they spent some cash on those.
Yes, they did. They spent a lot of cash on it, man.
Yep. So anyway, we're going back to school, and around the country, there's a mom in suburban Kansas City who's been checking the books in her child's library.
Oh, good.
And apparently she's got some concerns.
Does she have anything else to do?
She's a bigot,
Hey, thank you.
Are you on the school board here? Because that's exactly... Wait till you hear the response from this school board member. He sucks!
So here's part of it.
What the speaker's going to talk about. So,
there
have been 42 books sent for review.
Okay.
All except 4 from the same person.
Uh-huh.
Of the 42 books sent for review, so far 15 have been pulled from the school, librarians, or committee.
Oh, so they were porno.
Okay.
While I don't disagree that a good portion of the books on the review list are not appropriate for public schools.
Okay, so you don't disagree.
Ms. Schmidt needs to understand that, again, while what she is attempting to do is not entirely bad, it has gummed up the process. Taken an immense amount of time from our staff that should have been focused on reading books, teaching our students, and digging into the data to help improve our students' success and scores.
Listen to this.
It is entirely disingenuous to almost single-handedly bog down a transparent system with up to 14 years' worth of reviews and then shout from the podium that we are taking too long and not doing anything about it.
Well, get to it then.
It seems like...
Listen to this guy. Listen.
She just gets pleasure from reading books with questionable content to this audience.
Wow.
Where there are minors listening.
Questionable
Most of the books were not at the elementary level, so they wouldn't have had access
that kids had access to. He's mad that she read it.
She just feels like she wants the shock attention that is caused by reading the out-of-context sexual clips to the minors and adults in the audience. I know she means well, and I don't disagree that we can improve our libraries, make way for better and more appropriate books.
Then what are you doing?
But how it's being handled
is
costing this community valuable time, effort, and unfortunately valuable people who didn't cause the issue, but have been dragged through the mud by this continued and disingenuous rhetoric that we are doing it intentionally or just not doing it all.
Well, Greg.
Turn on her mic, maybe.
No, we don't want to hear what she has to say.
Can I pause you for just a second? For anybody who has kids at home watching this, please pause it for just a minute while she puts on her performance.
Shut up.
Puts on her
performance. Oh my gosh. These people are despicable. Despicable.
Yeah, they had to
I'll
turn
just start at the end.
There we
Every
go.
book needs to be vetted. You cannot solely rely on professional judgment because that is how inappropriate content got into the district.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't take action, you're actually complicit in the grooming and the distribution of porn to children. So with that said, and I know that Greg wants to change this, but here's 25 more book reviews.
Here's more.
And books that you guys could have found on your own and possibly have done something about it or vetted it on your own. So... That's it.
So
hey,
here
Greg,
you go.
next time, call me, and we can have a great conversation, and I'm okay with that.
Huh.
Look at wearing that 1776 shirt.
Well, she's clearly a kook. 1776
I love
happened
how
a long time ago.
The school board members are just so concerned that she could possibly read this material in front of the public, but they put these books in the schools to begin with questionable material. So the kids are okay, but not the adults.
And her point is, okay, if you can vet them, then do it and keep them out of the schools to begin with. Then I wouldn't have to be standing up here reading them to you. I mean, this is what you've done to our kids. Yeah. It's pathetic. If you'd like to reach out maybe to the school board member.
Oh,
yeah, Greg.
Look, there's Greg Chapman.
There, we got his contact information right there.
Let him know what you think of him.
Let him know. Yeah. Greg Chapman.
Got a couple years left, too. That's awesome.
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful? That's great.
Public servant.
Position 6, District 3. somebody might want to step up and run for that position.
I believe I have a shirt exactly like that, too.
Do you?
I love it.
Huh. Okay. Yeah, I think I've seen that on you a time or two.
Shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you're going to need a new wardrobe soon if you keep losing weight, bro.
Yeah, what are you down? 50 pounds now?
Yeah, I'm down a little over 50 now.
A little over 50?
A little 50, yeah.
Congratulations.
You still looking to lose even more?
Don't worry about what I'm looking to do.
I think this is like deja vu. No, man, that's good.
Yeah, it's good. That's great.
We want you healthy.
All right, I don't have time for this Palestinian trader story, but we got to get into this on Monday, if not on overtime coming up, because a few months ago we learned about a young man whose name is being withheld for his safety, but he is one of the very few people who opposed the October 7th massacre by Hamas against Israel.
Wow.
And the guy's life is being threatened right now as a result of it. It just shows you what's going on in the Palestinian territories and who they really are. We'll get into that. Share that coming up. Have a great weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.